This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're at the Garden.
We're at the Garden, the iconic Garden. There's no greater place, is there, in boxing than Madison Square Garden. It's a wonderful venue, steeped in history. We've been coming for many years, KUGAN. Actually, as I was walking down 7th Avenue, I was thinking about the time where Prince Nassim Hamid came over and conquered New York, and the posters up in Times Square, and fantastic build up to that fight with Kevin Kelly, and a wonderful thriller, wasn't it? Remember when Naz wouldn't come out and Kelly was up on the ring apron, and 7 knockdowns later? It was a fabulous night. Remember Donald Trump was there that night, Piers Brosnan as well, John McClurrick sat with us, and it was great. Kennedy McKinney fought Junior Jones on the card, and that was another tear up. It was one of the great nights, December 1997. It's a long time ago, but yeah, great place. Holyfield Lewis, of course, the first fight here in the infamous draw when Frank Maloney had his Union Jack suit on and was running around calling for robbery and the FBI and all that. Yeah, great memories.
And over 20 years on, I think Kevin Kelly still talks about that and wants that rematch with Naz.
It was great when the two of them were sort of, with the build-up was fantastic. Naz was saying, when we're finished, Kevin, don't worry, you can be putting my posters up, we'll get you a nice job, no creases in them. And then Kevin Kelly was saying, don't run, Naz, don't run. It was fantastic, and it was another pre-Christmas build-up, and like this one with Canelo and Rocky Fielding, so many years later, just everyone's in the Christmas mood in New York, and some great action here, and then back home in both in London and in Manchester with the 2 shows next Saturday night, December 22nd, to finish the boxing year before everyone has a great Christmas.
Argue me a case for Rocky Fielding tomorrow night.
It's difficult, KUGAN. It's really hard. Every fighter's got a chance in there. No one thought Lloyd Hannigan would beat Don Curry. No one thought that Danny Williams would upset Mike Tyson, that Holyfield would beat Tyson, that Buster Douglas would. This sport's littered with upsets, which is why we love it, which is why we turn up each and every time, which is why fans engage, and there's many Liverpool supporters here who believe Rocky can pull it off. He's bigger. He is a world champion now after that win in Germany, and Canelo's coming up to try and become a 3-weight king. But it is a very, very hard ask for Rocky Fielding. Every fighter goes in with a chance, but he's got to jump 2-3 levels to even compete with Canelo. And I think if he can, get out of the ring having given a really good performance, I think that'll be something that he could be really satisfied, him and his team. But they'll believe, and there'll be a few of them that believe he can pull off the monstrous upset. It will be one of, if not the biggest of all time, I think. Canelo's a superstar, very few faults, wonderful to watch, and he'll bring his speed up as well to super middleweight. We know that. So, as I said, I think it's a real tough one for Rocky, but he'll have support. It's great to be topping a bill here at the Garden. It's dreamy stuff, isn't it? After that loss a few years ago to Callum Smith, so we all wish him well, but it's a very, very hard one.
Anthony Joshua is in town, doing some work for DAZN, I believe, tomorrow night. He wasn't at the Fury Wilder fight. Obviously, saw some comments from him yesterday, saying that what we kind of already know anyway. The date's there, we've known for a long time that April 13th day is kind of there with Joshua versus a TBA, if you could even use that in the same sentence. But what's your hunch feeling that will happen on April 13th, Adam?
I mean, my hunch feeling is probably that Joshua will defend against Dillian Whyte in a much anticipated rematch, domestically certainly. That's if Whyte, there's a lot of ifs and buts, as there always are in this sport. That's if Whyte can beat Chisora next Saturday night. It's a fantastic night at the O2. And as you rightly said, AJ, working with DAZN out here, will be working with us on Sky Box Office next Saturday. A real pre-Christmas cracker at the O2, and can't wait for that. And in its own way is a fantastic fight. It's a wonderful rematch of a great fight from a couple of years ago in Whyte and Chisora. And Chisora's with David Haye adds a little bit more to the story. He's whipped him into shape, and Chisora will give absolutely everything. If Whyte comes through, which he should do on paper certainly, then I'd expect probably Dillian Whyte to fight Anthony Joshua in April. I think it's going to be hard to make the AJ Wilder fight because, of course, Deontay Wilder could take the rematch with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury will want the rematch with Deontay Wilder. It's the natural fight after what happened a couple of weeks ago. What a great fight it was. What a great night for boxing too in bringing Wilder, Fury and obviously Joshua, 3 heavyweights now to the party. We all want to see them fight each other. Politically very difficult to make. And I think, I know Eddie and Shelley will be talking and try and see if they can make the AJ Wilder fight for April the 13th, which will be fantastic. All the belts unified at Wembley. Of course, that's the dream fight. However, it's tough to make it so quickly, I think. And, if I was guessing, I'd probably say if Dillian comes through next Saturday, that will be the one in April. And maybe the winner of Wilder Fury fights Joshua at the back end of 2019. But as I said, all ifs and buts. Things can change very quickly, and if Derek Chisora pulls the big upset off next week against Dillian Whyte, then what happens then? Is he then in the picture for a fight with Joshua? Some would find that hard to register, I think, with Chisora late on in his career and also a member of the Finchley Club and someone that Joshua looked up to. Tough for that one, I think, so maybe more pressure then to make the Wilder fight. But I think if Dillian comes through next week, that's the natural one. I also think Dillian deserves his opportunity. He's hung around for a long time, he's matured, he's kept winning, and I think that, that will be a great fight, him and Joshua. So, my gut feeling is the rematch probably happens and that Joshua fights the winner of Whyte-Chisora, but you never know. Eddie's here, Shelley Finkel's in New York, things can change.
Well, when we listen to Eddie Hearn, he says that in his heart, Joshua really would fight Tyson Fury, but Wilder for the kind of the unification, undisputed tag. Joshua said yesterday he's not interested in Tyson Fury just because he doesn't have a belt, and to Joshua, the lineal status means very little.
KUGAN, I think he is interested in Tyson Fury, and I think he's very interested in Deontay Wilder. I think he's had a goal for a long time. He won the Olympic gold. He wanted to become world heavyweight champion, which he did against Charles Martin at the O2, and a lot of people sort of, said, oh, he's not real and whatever. Charles Martin was a very poor challenger. Well, he's gone on to fight everybody put in front of him, likes of Vladimir Klitschko and, even Carlos Takam at short notice. He was meant to fight Kubrat Pulev, that didn't happen. In comes Takam, then Joe Parker, undefeated unification there. Then Povetkin, very dangerous mandatory, only ever lost to Klitschko. He's fought everyone. Joshua, hasn't he? Apart from the big two, Wilder and Fury. I think he wants to fight both of them. But obviously Wilder holds the WBC belt, which would be the most important one. So the unification, yes, but I still think Joshua and Fury, providing they're both unbeaten, and if they hold some titles between them, or even if not, I still think Joshua Fury is an enormous fight. AJ knows that. But I think AJ wants Wilder. Yeah, if he was standing in, I tell you right now, he wants to fight them all. It's politics, it's difficult. Fury is with BT and Frank. Obviously AJ is with us and Eddie and DAZN. And then you've got Deontay Wilder with Shelley and Al Heyman and Showtime. And it's, so they're all in different pots. Fight fans, we all are fight fans, and we all want to see them fight each other. We got Wilder Fury, great. We also got Joshua Klitschko, which was amazing, right? So every year we're getting something.
And we had Fury Klitschko as well. Yeah.
Fury Klitschko is fantastic back in Germany, of course, and not a fantastic fight, but a great win for Tyson. But it's a great fight a couple of weeks ago, and it was a great fight with AJ and Klitschko. So we're getting these. We want more of them, and of course you need dance partners. Holyfield, Lewis, Bowe, and Tyson. The likes of Ali and Frazier and Foreman, and you need dance partners, don't you? And I think that Joshua knows that. He will fight Wilder and Fury. It's just a case of when.
Okay, and obviously just finally next week, probably the first time in history 2 UK pay-per-view shows on the same night.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We've spoken about it before. It's really unfortunate. I know the O2 was only available for that date for Matchroom. And they went with it for Whyte-Chisora. Listen, I think Whyte-Chisora is a huge fight, a great rematch. But I'm also very interested in the Josh Warrington-Carl Frampton fight, of course. Both of them have been with us for a lot of their careers. I'm very fond of both fighters and both fighters' teams as well. Obviously, Jamie's here with Rocky Fielding, and Carl was over when we were in Boston last time. He's a terrific fighter, Carl Frampton. Real big fan of his. Same with Josh Warrington. What a great story from Leeds. You know, it was almost like the Ricky Hatton story, wasn't it? The boy come good out of Leeds, and you know, he goes and sells his tickets to the public there. He's fantastic, and it's a really good fight. It's a shame that we're up against it, but that's what it is. It's business, and we've got to concentrate on R1, on Whyte-Chisora, and making sure that the O2 is stacked and packed, which it will be, and a fantastic atmosphere before Christmas. And I know Jarrell Miller's coming over. We've got AJ there. Paulie Malignaggi will be there. It will be a real fun night before Christmas, and a great rematch of a wonderful fight. First time around in Manchester. It stole the show at the arena, and while Warrington and Frampton go out at the Manchester Arena, and again, that's a terrific fight, and I can't wait to see what happens there. We've got to concentrate on what we're doing, which is Whyte-Chisora 2. And yeah, it's great, and it's great for fight fans that they've got these fights being made, because a few years ago they weren't.
It's not great for fight fans on the same night.
Of course it's not. Of course it's not. It's not great for any of us, you know. But look, I watched the Fury Wilder fight as a fight fan the other night, and absolutely loved it, you know. And sometimes you can't have everything. You know, we couldn't have that fight. You can't have every sweet in the jar. We do what we can on Sky. I believe, as I said, the nights of Naz and Kelly, and the great fights we've been throughout the years. We've stuck with boxing through thick and thin. Sky. There are other games in town now. There are other competitors. It's great to see. BT, ITV signing a big deal with Al Heyman.
Yeah.
Great to see the competition, and that means one thing: boxing is absolutely flourishing. It's fantastic over here. You know, we say goodbye to HBO. Very sad that, but Showtime's still in there. Fox, ESPN, and of course DAZN. And so it's a really interesting time for the sport. Yes, of course, it's not ideal that both Warrington, Frampton, and Whyte-Chisora are on the same night. But look, we're all going to get to see them. However, whether it's live or off tape or somehow, because we're all fight fans. But yep, I'll be at the O2, and I can't wait for it.
Do you think there'll be a problem when it comes a time where kind of Joshua and Fury have to fight each other, just with what you were talking about with the kind of different promoters, different broadcasters? These are like big issues.
Big issues.
Yeah, to try and make this fight.
Big issues. And let's not forget that Anthony Joshua is the one that's selling at 80,000, 90,000, and he's also, you know, the big star at home, and he's got all the belts. So listen,
but he can't fight himself.
He can't fight himself, but he's not doing too badly. He's not fighting himself, is he? He's fighting the likes of Klitschko, Povetkin, and Parker. And if he fights Dillian, that's absolutely fine. Dillian he gave him a real scare last time out. Dillian's improved dramatically from it. I think AJ and Dillian is a fantastic rematch. I've just seen Eddie Hearn out the corner of my eye. He's wearing a lovely red polo next to that. Look at this. I can't dance. I don't know what that's all about, Keith, but it's great. And we'd see AJ and Dillian Whyte. Of course we would in a rematch, wouldn't we? Fantastic.
Oh, so what about AJ v Jarrell Miller out here? You know,
Jarrell Miller as well. We hear he's going to be in the UK
I
next
like
week.
this.
Yeah, you like that shit?
Do you know what?
Is that your New York look?
David Brent's in the house.
He would have been proud.
Oh, MJ. I should do a little MJ.
Good.
You might have to give me a bit of space.
Go on.
Yeah, good mate, yeah?
It's terrible, isn't it?
I haven't even had a beer yet. It's unbelievable.
It's absolutely
what are you
terrible.
talking about?
Discussing your options for April 13th.
Oh, by the way, I did say, I dropped a line in your thing about Klitschko yesterday, just mucking around. Like, I just said that Klitschko spoke to AJ and he's like, thinks he could beat all these guys, and it's in the fucking Daily Mail. Like, oh, Klitschko set for sensational.
Everyone's talking about everything.
I know.
It's like you can't. KUGAN was asking me first of all about the clash next weekend, and I said, look, you know, the O2 was the only available arena of that day for the show
Sky said we have to go up against Frampton thing. It doesn't suit anyone.
I think not.
It
doesn't suit anybody. It doesn't suit anybody. It is what it is, and they're two really good fights. But Whyte-Chisora is going to be a classic, isn't it?
It'll be fantastic.
Fantastic. And who knows what's going to happen? He'll know what happened with AJ.
Oh, it is I've just been dancing, so come on, David Brent, Junior David Farmer.
Adam, it'd go viral if you did it. It really would.
But I'm not as cool as these two, you see.
Great news. Poogie.
All right, mate.
What's going on?
Great news.
Have you done the thing with Adam you did with me?
No.
No.
I haven't done it with Eddie yet either, to be fair.
Since I stepped out of high school,
We could create a moment there.
and it's still all good.
What is this? That is terrible.
And if you don't know, now you know, prick.
You got that on camera.
We have got it on camera, absolutely.
Anyway,
That's
carry
all.
on.
That's
Go
all
on.
you need, a bit of dancing. That's it. So what, I can't add to that. Those two. What do you call those two? I mean, is that
I don't know. I
Is
don't
it little
know.
me or is it? Listen, they're great, aren't they, Eddie and Frank? They're fantastic. They brought a lot of life into boxing, and they've done an amazing job over the last few years. You know, look, boxing's buzzing, Cougs, and that's brilliant for us. And you know, not all fights are going to be made all the time. And there was a time 4 or 5 years ago where nothing was being made. So I think we've come a long way, and I think we've been a big part of that.
All right, well, listen, roll on tomorrow night and then roll on next week, and then, yeah.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I know. Of course it is.
Who do you think's going to win?
Who?
Both fights next. Well, this week, Canelo, yeah? Or do you give Rocky a big chance?
I give Rocky a slim chance like everyone else, but
Yeah.
we're not trying to sugarcoat it. It is going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Next week, I'm going to mouth to you who's going to win, because I'm not going to say it on camera.
Okay.
Because I notoriously sit on the fence.
Okay.
So my pick for Whyte-Chisora is,
Okay.
and my pick for Frampton Warrington is.
Okay.
Do you agree with those?
Yeah, I think I do. But I think both fights are very, very interesting. I think that, if Chisora is as fit and focused as David and his team are telling me, then it's not going to be an easy night for Dillian Whyte. But, Whyte should have matured enough over the last few performances, beating the likes of Parker, and I think that, to find a way through. Frampton Warrington is a pick'em. Really interesting fight. Reading Boxing News this week, and Frampton, I don't know, it's really difficult.
These are the best fights. The
Team
ones
Warrington are saying, that they're not going to have seen anything yet. Frampton, they're underestimated. I don't know. It's a really hard fight. I think it's a very close one, that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a split or even a draw, that. Maybe leaning to Frampton
I wouldn't be
slightly.
surprised if next week's fight's a draw, and I'm being serious at the O2. I'm going to say this on camera.
Do you think both fights could be draws?
No, I think with how close the last fight was, it wouldn't surprise me. And it's the season of draws.
Watching Whyte-Chisora back the first time, it was a lot
It was
closer.
closer,
'Cause
yeah,
I
we
thought when I
watched it
watched
back
it, I
the
thought
other
Whyte
day,
won
yeah.
it, but watching it back, Chisora had so many great moments in there. But I think White's improved. I think he's matured since then. But Derek, if he's in better shape, it's great. It's great,
I'm back
isn't it?
in the draw. I might go and stick a.
We could debate this for 8. What are the dream fights for 2019 for KUGAN Cassius? If you could pick 3.
If I could pick 3, it would be Joshua Wilder, Joshua Fury Wilder
Wilder.
rematch. Am I being greedy there? Oh, and Khan Brook.
Yeah, they're the 4 that I'd take.
But now, Khan Brook next.
Khan Brook next. We can't have Wilder Fury rematch and Joshua Wilder and Joshua Fury. So you'd have to have Wilder Fury rematch, Joshua Whyte, and then Joshua fights the winner of Wilder
Why
Fury.
couldn't you have that?
What?
You could have. Oh yeah, because one of them would have, unless it was another draw, obviously.
And then
Who
we could be
knows?
going on.
It's the season of draws. I'm telling you. Listen to
We
me.
don't want too many more of those. I mean, it was a wrong draw in
Yeah, it was.
LA,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I thought Fury won it fairly comfortably. So, but
We'll
not
see.
everyone agrees.
Not long to find out.
How did you score it?
Even with the knockdowns, I still had Fury 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Like clear
I thought-
2
I
rounds.
thought Fury won it, but there we are. I thought it was a great performance from Tyson Fury, and I thought he was brilliant afterwards as well.
Possibly 3 rounds, Fury. But anyway,
But AJ's starting to make a bit of noise over here now this week, and it's going to be a really interesting 2019. Who's going to be the last man standing in the heavyweight division of those 3? Or will there be someone different? Will an Usyk
Could
come
be.
in, or will a Daniel Dubois or a Jarrell Miller, or will it be one of Wilder, Fury, AJ?
who are you saying? Well, you're going to back
You
your man.
got to say AJ.
You got to say him because you.
No, you have to, because at the moment AJ's proven himself against everybody that's been put in front of him.
Yeah, but.
And he's got the star quality
Until they
and
fight
the
each other.
sporting
Adam.
appeal that the others don't have. Tyson Fury is a phenomenal boxer.
But you're talking
and
about...
the story of him coming back has been incredible.
Okay.
And Deontay Wilder is brash and flash and can knock anyone out. So they've all got their right to say they're the best.
I know, but they're the only two that have fought each other so far.
We went with Anthony Joshua after the Olympics, and why would I jump off that now?
No, obviously, but you're not going to... Obviously, I'm just saying...
No.
You've got the tinted glasses on as well.
But, no, you say tinted glasses, but it could be rock, paper, scissors. Any one of them could beat anyone on any given night.
Absolutely.
Fury could beat Joshua. Joshua could beat Fury.
Absolutely, I agree with
Joshua
that.
could beat Wilder. Wilder could beat Joshua.
Yeah.
Wilder, Fury, we know.
Yes, I agree.
So they could all beat each other, right?
Just sling them in the ring together.
Sling them in the ring together. But I'm happy with Anthony Joshua on Sky, of course. Why wouldn't you be? What a great guy.
Why not? Why not? Adam Smith, thank you very much for coming to
Cheers,
Eiffel TV. And yeah, the weigh-in's about to start, so yeah, roll on Rocky.
Roll on Rocky.
Absolutely.
You never know.